What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shaq.
And it's your girl Dage.
And we back at it with another video. Today we want to talk about our 7-month journey on us being
We're just
married.
giving y'all an update. In other words,
You know.
y'all haven't seen us since we got engaged, and
Well,
yeah, it was because it wasn't even engaged then.
Man,
we did.
We had
I'm
other
saying,
content
but
in between.
like talking to them.
okay.
Thank you. Before talking to y'all, it has been a while. We weren't engaged yet. We were just we did. We were engaged. We had just got engaged. So a lot has happened though. We just gave y'all a little content in between, but we're married now.
I'm married now.
We're married, and it's been 7 months, and it's long overdue for like a update. You know, letting y'all know how marriage life is. A little do's and don'ts, misconceptions. So, for y'all that don't know us, I am Deja once again.
And I am Shaquille Thomas.
And I'm Deja Thomas. How to, interfere that.
People get me.
I don't. But we are both, we from Atlanta, Georgia. Jesus freaks, Jesus lovers. I'm going to always say that. We do have one son, Malachi. Y'all see him a lot on this channel as well. And we just going to be bringing a lot of just family-oriented, faith-filled, fun content for you all. Yeah, you'll see some pranks, but that won't be like our main thing. Yeah. But we want to show faith. Yeah, more about our faith and family. Yeah. So expect to see a lot of stuff. But if y'all have any ideas or stuff, always comment below.
What y'all want to see? Yeah.
But let's get to this video. Okay. So,
juicy part.
How marriage is from both point of views, from a woman's point of view and a man's point of view. So, Bae, you want to go first?
No, you go ahead and take the floor.
Okay.
You already flowing.
Okay, so from a woman's point of view, well, my point of view, let me just say, marriage, it's nice. It's nice. It's a little different because I feel like growing up, I've always wanted to be married, but the viewpoints that I had of marriage were like fairy tales. I feel like a lot of women have that fairy tale thing, and marriage is like, it's not always peaches and cream. And I mean, it's not to say like I found my soulmate, so we have a great system, understanding communication, that's key. But I feel like I came in it with a kind of fairy tale type of mindset a little bit, but it is some good fairy tale-ness to it, and the main thing that helped me was God, because I didn't just come into just marriage, but having to be a mother as well. And sometimes it's challenging because neither one come with a playbook. You learn as you go, but through God's wisdom and just prayer, it has given me a lot of strength and helped me a lot. So, marriage is beautiful, but it ain't easy. So for everybody that want to be married and all that, just know, like, it's not going to be always easy, but it's beauty in it. It's a lot of beauty in it, lessons, and a lot of growing pains, which don't always feel good. So that's when I say don't feel good. It's because you're growing, and, the person that you're with, that you start with, is not going to always be the same person months from now, because we grow, we change. So you have to be, used to ever growing with your spouse and be on one accord. And what ladies submit, to your husbands. I was spoiled, I didn't really have to wash clothes and certain things like that. So that was a big, for me. I know how to clean up. I like to clean. I just don't like washing dishes, and I don't like folding clothes and stuff. But I'm learning to get used to doing it, because it's a 50-50 thing, and God has helped me a lot. But yeah, ladies, so I guess from my point of view, it's beautiful, but allow God to change your perspective of marriage before you get married, because it's not all fairy tale, but it's beautiful and it's serious. It's a serious responsibility. So, if you're not ready, don't rush yourself and go to marriage counseling. I'm already giving y'all tips, but this supposed to just be my point of view. But right. Go ahead, bae.
Perspective, point of view, perception, whatever you want to say. Marriage is still beautiful. I know a lot of men out there really don't to be married because they always say it ain't no good women out there. And it's great women out there. 'Cause the Bible says that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, and he obtains good favor from the Lord. So when I found that good thing, I know that I got favor by the way I treat this woman. You know what I'm saying? And also from a man's perspective, it's like when you kind of get used to like doing things on your own and living by yourself for a while, and then you got this one person that comes and just infiltrates your space. And I'm being real, because us men, for real, like, we like space sometimes. And sometimes, because women could be a little more on the emotional side of things, and, women want to cuddle a lot more. Not saying that I don't, because I like to do all those things with my wife. It's just, sometimes you be like,
it's my favorite cuddle thing.
Just chill. Like, I just want some space right now. And then sometimes they be like, what's wrong with you? It's nothing wrong with me. It's just that us men and that's why I don't find it strange when you see a lot of men, when they get houses, they get man caves. They go to their man cave. I love my music. We really don't have the space to do the things that we desire to really do in this house, but we still make it work.
Yeah.
When she moved in, I had all my studio stuff up and stuff like that, and I had to kind of rearrange some of that stuff and make space for her, and I had to compromise. And see, marriage is about compromising, and men have to understand that just because you were living by yourself for so long, you now have to make room for that spouse. You know what I'm saying? If that's giving up space in your closet.
Ooh, that's a whole nother video.
When I tell you, if I take this camera right now and walk into the closet,
95% of it is my stuff. I mean, ladies, y'all know, but see, that's the I did my best. I went through a whole bunch of stuff before I moved in with him, and it's just it still was more stuff.
But this is what I told her. I said, when we move and get our house, men, listen up. Make sure when you get a house, don't think about yourself. Please think about her. Please get her own closet. Please. That's one of the things. I'm like, okay, all I really care about is the yard space, because we want to do our garden. I want my man cave, and I want to make sure we have a nice kitchen and a nice sized room, and just spacious house. Women are a little more detailed about certain things that she desires to have for the house, and make sure everybody has. But my number one top thing is, please let her get her own closet, Lord. Please let her get her own closet. Let's have 2 closets, please. Jesus,
better listen to him, man.
I'm trying to tell you, but it's beautiful, because you learn over time what each person loves, and like she said, it's ever so evolving. And you have to be able to be ready for change. As we get older, things get stripped away from us, mindsets and things that we used to do, and we start to change. And sometimes people get comfortable in where we're at this very present moment, when that a year from now, maybe I won't be at the same job. That's a change. Maybe my time might be a little more precious than it was now. Maybe even for her as well too, the different things that God has for us, where I might be out for a couple of days, gone, doing ministry or doing whatever God has called me to do, to make sure that I'm taking care of my home, and my wife may not be able to see me. So we have to realize that every moment we must cherish with our spouse and spend time. And one thing I can always say too is, I'm proud of my wife for this, to keeping me up with it, is being intentional on our date nights. Every Friday we have a date night.
Hey, save that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That all right. We're gonna move to the next question, because he finna go into advice and stuff. Okay.
What was the next question?
Biggest misconceptions of marriage. I think I kind of hit on that a little bit. That it's easy and that it's gonna be all fairy tale, feel good. That you're not gonna have challenges and struggles. Yeah, like that's the biggest misconception, that marriage is always going to be easy, that just because you found your soulmate, y'all are always going to be just oh la 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 peaches and cream. Like, no, like at the end of the day, you have two different people coming in as one. Yes, if y'all both believe in this, have the same faith, then yeah, y'all are equally yoked, so that it helps y'all to be more one-minded with each other. So y'all kind of be more on one accord when it comes to things of God. And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, is that it's always going to be peaches and cream, la la la, easy. No, you're going to have disagreements and things that y'all don't always agree on, but that's when that communication and trust and, you know, maturity really comes in and comes forth. So, yeah, and, you know, and the fact of that the person you married from day one is going to be the same person in 5 years. That's a lie. No, you shouldn't want to still be married to the same person you met. You married 5 years ago or 7 months ago. Like he's not the same person I married 7 months ago. He's a better person, and I'm sure he could say vice versa. Oh, I know vice versa, that I'm not the same woman that he married 7 months ago. You know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and that's a great thing. You know, sometimes it can go left for some people, but for us, you know, we're growing together. Yeah. Then what's your biggest misconception? I mean, do you think I hit on everything? If I did, we can go to the next question.
You kind of did. I just wanted to tap in on it a little bit, like, you know, that biggest misconception that who you knew before. Even in the boyfriend girlfriend stage, or whatever you guys want to call it, you know, you old heads like to call it what they like to call it, dating or courting, or even in those stages, like nobody's ever gonna be the same, especially when you guys live together. And I admonish you, don't move in with each other before.
Babe,
I'm sorry.
You moving on too fast.
Because you could. Okay.
Thank you. We gonna get there.
I'm just like, I didn't even see the questions. I really didn't even see questions. She just like out there. Okay.
Things we have learned about ourselves and each other. I'm gonna let you go first. What have you learned about yourself and about me, and within these 7 months, or even before then? You know.
Things I've learned about myself.
Yeah.
I've learned that you know, sometimes you look at yourself and you be thinking like, sometimes you think you ain't got no problems or issues or nothing, and you think like you just all this and all that. I'm not saying that I thought that, but you know, it's like,
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, like I'm not saying I thought I was just all that, but
you like, thought highly of yourself.
I thought highly of myself, and you know, like with some of the
kind of proud. That's the word, more so proud, I guess.
Yeah, but I wasn't like out there like that, but you know, like. My wife would always tell me stuff like, you know, it's not about you. And what I learned about myself is that I did think very highly of myself, and you know, as becoming a man of God and realizing that I'm nothing but a servant, you know, it humbled me to realize that I'm nothing, especially without God. And I learned about myself that that I could do a lot more than what I thought that I could do.
Most definitely.
And you know, I be thinking sometimes like, you need all these things to be great or to do great things, when God always tells you to work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we don't realize that what we got around us or in our atmosphere can get us to the next place, but we don't ever use those things because we're looking for the big thing, and it's all about the small things. What I've learned about Deja is a very powerful woman, and I've always seen it in her since the beginning. And you know, it's crazy because me and Deja, we actually separated when we were dating, for some things that, you know, we just didn't understand some certain things when we first got together.
And just immature.
Yeah, and I had just you know, had a child, and you know, she was coming in as girlfriend, and we had dated before he came. We had started, we actually were talking, and we started dating January 1st, and then he came January 9th. So it was a shift in the atmosphere spiritually, but we didn't understand. And I'm not gonna lie, like we fought through it. Like not saying we fought each other, but we fought through it. And when we separated, we came back together even stronger. Yeah. And I learned that she's a soldier. And I realized too, like, one woman told my mom, she said, whoever gonna be with this man of God right here, not saying that I'm perfect, whoever is going to be with him has to be strong. And that's her. You know, she's very strong. And I had to tell her, I think today, like, she's stronger than what she even knows. You know, Deja loves helping people. You know, she loves, like, giving people ideas and loving on people. And, you know what I'm saying? And I had to let her know, like, whoa. You do all these great things for everybody else. What about you? I had to let her know today, like, you need to move forward in what you, because she's powerful. Like, if you got to know this woman for yourself, and you really understood her and knew her from her heart, then you're going to have a lot more friends. But she don't need them.
Okay,
she got me.
Stop, because you got me, but I love you.
This ain't fake for the cameras, but y'all know that. This ain't
not at all. This is my man. My man.
I ain't your man.
You are my man.
I'm Jesus' man first.
Oh my goodness. I can't with you sometimes.
Like,
anyway.
Go ahead.
So, things I have learned about myself. Yeah, like, wow. I've learned a lot about myself, y'all. I could write a book about all the things I've learned about myself. But I'm going to keep it small. So, yeah, I've really learned how powerful I am. I've learned who I am in God, who God created me to be. That was one of the biggest things that I've been wanting to know for the past 3 years while coming into God is who God created me to be. And I really know who I am now. And I wanted to, and I've also learned who my will, what God's will is for me. I've learned how strong I really am. I've learned that I'm an overcomer, that I can overcome a lot of things. I've learned my true purpose on this earth. Now, you know, accepting it sometimes, well, lately it's been a little challenge because it kind of goes against what I had thought for myself. But I'm learning that, you know, I have a heart for God. And I've learned that I'm really, truly blessed. Amen. I really, truly am blessed to have such an amazing husband, a son, you know, and to know God, you know, for God to have called on me, despite the things I've done. And, you know, I'm not perfect, but I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Okay, let me stop, y'all. But what I've learned about my husband... But what I learned about my husband is that he is a true man of God. I've been on that, but he's a great leader. He's a great leader. He is an amazing artist. I'm not gonna lie, like I never told him this, so it's kind of probably gonna be his first time. But at first, I just couldn't vibe with his music. And I think it was because I really wasn't in my word like that as well. But now that I'm more connected to God, in my word more, y'all, this man is fire. For real, like, I'm just super excited for him to drop this album. I'm be quiet, and I ain't supposed to be telling about it. But still, like, don't sleep on my husband, y'all. I'm for real. Like, a lot of y'all not going to be able to receive a lot of his music because it's truth. And as most people would think, oh, they like truth. No, y'all really don't. But he's an amazing... He's very talented and anointed. And gifted, all three. And he's an amazing father. You know, he's an amazing father. He's very compassionate and very understanding. You know, he has some little ways about him. But he's also the biggest thing I learned about him is he is a big child in the inside. Oh, my goodness. I never met somebody that liked to play so much. I mean...
At home, though.
Wow. Like, wow. Every time he calls me or I call him on the phone, he got to just play so much. You know, like, he has no chill button. He loves to play, though. And then he loves... The one thing that I learned about him that I just didn't know, like, he loves to play ping pong. Like, I just didn't expect that one from him. And he loves guns. Like, he has a gun problem. Like... I'm sorry, but
about the arsenal.
But you know, you learning new things, yeah.
If y'all want to see me play ping pong,
Oh my goodness.
If y'all want to see me play ping pong and beat somebody at work,
He obsessed with
beating
ping
everybody.
pong stuff.
If y'all want to see me play ping pong, just say, hey, we would love to see you play ping pong. Oh my goodness. Moving on.
Okay.
Next question.
We almost done, y'all. Advice to give some newlyweds or just those engaged or seeking to be married. So advice for new. Yeah, you can go ahead, babe. You was kind of starting anyway.
I know.
No sex before marriage.
I gave y'all. Let me
if you know,
if you,
it's not even to say if you can do it. Yes.
Wait, hold on. I'm talking.
I'm sorry.
So look, let me just tell y'all this.
No if. You can do it. But we understand.
Did I just
it happens sometimes. You take it too long.
It does happen.
Yeah.
But let me tell you why it happens. It's because we allow ourselves to go into an atmosphere.
Yes.
Right? So honestly, like, you really should, when you guys leave from a date, she go her separate way, you go your separate way, go home. Yeah. Don't even come in the house and try to get her comfortable or whatever. Y'all sit down and start watching TV, cuddling, because it could result to stuff. And I'm not telling y'all nothing that I don't know. This is from experience, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because, you really have to be mindful, because you really don't want to have sex before marriage, because you really don't know what's happening in the spirit. And that's what a lot of people don't really, you really don't understand what's going on in the spirit.
And what soul ties
soul ties that you're being connected to.
You're being connected to.
And another thing, I know she don't touch on this point, is go to marriage counseling.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Please go to marriage. And make sure whoever you're going to
is spirit filled. And let me tell you,
not that carnal.
They better be married. Yes. Let them be married. Yes. And let it be a man and a woman in there to be present, because it's so vital that y'all go to a married couple that's spirit filled with the word of God, so they can give y'all spiritual wisdom and truth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Not this carnal marriage stuff. No.
And not no fake marriage. I'm talking about a real marriage.
They done been married for over 10 plus years. They got some real groundwork. They can tell you about some stuff. Yes, please go to marriage counseling, because in marriage counseling, so many things can happen, be brought up, that y'all can learn about each other before even going into marriage, that y'all can come against generational curses. Plenty different. No.
Real quick. It's gonna take like 10 seconds.
Oh no.
When me and Deja went to marriage counseling.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell y'all this. We went to marriage counseling. We was telling on each other left and right. Let me tell you this. A lot of y'all who go to marriage counseling, y'all gonna get in the car. Y'all gonna be looking at each other like,
who are you?
I can't believe you. Or da. You really said that in front of them. When I tell you, when me and her left for marriage counseling, we never was mad at each other. We were excited, like we're getting things stripped off of us so we can move into what we were called to move into. And it was so beautiful, because we never had an argument after marriage counseling.
Yeah. And I think that was something too I forgot to hit on about learning about each other, even together, is that we were brought together for God's purpose. Mm-hmm. So with me understanding that more in him as well, we kind of just didn't allow little things to conflict or stop the God's flow as well. So, are you done with your advice?
I'm just looking at you with these nails doing
I
was like, what?
So, yeah, he hit on, no sex before marriage, going to marriage counseling.
Hit on the moving in.
Oh, yeah, and the moving in. When y'all move in together, ladies, you're going to have to downsize. Because, y'all are coming together. It's not just your space. So
men too.
Yeah, men too. Y'all gonna have to downsize, man. You're gonna get rid of some things, ladies. You're gonna have to get rid of some stuff. It's some stuff that you holding on to, sis, that you ain't wore in 3 to 4 months. And I'm gonna tell you something. My sister always tell me, if you ain't wore it in a year, it gotta go. It gotta go. Just let it go. If you in doubt, let it go. Right. Those are my favorite 2 things she taught me when it comes to clothes and shoes. Let it go. Let go of these things. Get used to, new habits. The way you used to do things where you lived at, you could bring some of it there, but no. And when y'all first move in, y'all want to, get on one accord with your structure of your home. finances, how you're gonna do finances, who gonna pay what bill.
Yes.
Cleaning.
That's good advice.
Cleaning. Who gonna clean on what days? What y'all gonna clean on certain days? We still, and I'm gonna be real. It ain't gonna happen over all the time and overnight. So I can always go to where you plan it.
Our clean day for clothes is what, Friday?
Yeah, like we wash Fridays, but sometimes Sunday. Yeah, and sometimes we don't need fold the clothes, but we're gonna pick up on it. We're gonna pick up on it, and cleaning wise. He's better at it than me.
I can't go to sleep without the house being clean.
He's a clean freak a little bit, but I'm picking up his adjusting to his habits more. Like I do like to clean a lot more now.
That's a good point. Pick up on each other's good habits.
Not the bad ones, and hold each other accountable to it. Like he always held me accountable to my cleaning and different things, and as well, advice when it comes to sex. So if you're like me, not really big on sex,
See, she brought that up. I didn't.
Always remember, ladies, that our bodies are not just...
They don't belong to you, girl.
...to us anymore. So, you're going to have to sometimes get yourself in the mood. I'm not saying you just gotta know. You explain to your husband, hey, babe, I'm tired. And he gotta understand that. But the reason why I say these things is because you don't want to open the door.
She's always tired.
Stop. No, I'm not. Don't do that. Don't do that. But the reason why, ladies, I'm saying is that you want to be careful not to just deny yourself so much all the time, because it opens the door for an enemy to come in and cause your husband to fall short. Now he's watching porn or doing other things, or, going out. Now, the Jezebel spirit is coming at his job. To a woman is trying to seduce him. And
she's not saying it's happening to me.
No, but I'm saying it can happen. What to look out for when you are withholding, unless you're fasting.
Yeah.
Then yes.
That's what the word says.
Yeah.
But it tells you to come after you fast. You're supposed to come back quickly together.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing, but you got to come back together.
But if you're not fasting, ladies and men, bear with them, and as well as communication is key. Like, something we learned in marriage counseling that really helped us is like when you have a alt with your husband, anything, you always want to not ever go to, and the Bible says it as well, never go to bed, angry or upset or having strife in you. Never do that. So make sure you always get that closure with each other before you both go to bed. And when you're having a conversation, never tear down your spouse first, but build them up. So you, for instance, if you're upset at him about him not doing something right or loving you or treating you, you like, hey babe, I know you've been tired, and I know you work a lot, and I appreciate you so much for the things you do. And I love you, but I would like to see more of this or that. It helps the conversation just go more smoother. So that's just some communication tips that we learned in marriage counseling that helps a lot. And then, of course, setting aside time to spend with each other outside the children date nights. Like we have date night every Friday, and even sometimes we don't have like someone to watch our son. So we incorporate him. We have a family night, so we all watch a movie together. We eat our son's favorite food, and we play.
So that means if you have a child,
let
it be about the child or your children.
For one, out of one of those, days out the month.
We'll probably do that once a month, like with just until we get more children.
Yeah.
Then once a month, maybe even twice a month sometimes. You have family nights and incorporate your children into your date nights, and then guess what? Maybe you guys can go out on a Saturday or something. Because you spend
something
time with the family, and So.
Yeah, something quick and easy, and lastly, remember that what you do, it doesn't just affect you, but it affects the whole house. It affects your husband as well, because y'all are one. So for those that are just newlyweds, or those who are just people who are just getting engaged or seeking to be married, just know that when you get married, when you do become one, it's not just you. It's not about just you anymore, but what you do does trickle down to your husband, and it does affect the whole. So just be aware of that as marriage. Marriage is serious. It's not something to just play around with. I know we all ladies, want to be married so bad, but just know that what you're wanting, what you're seeking, what you've been praying for, it's not just something regular like you may think it is, and it's not just a game. It's not just another 9-to-5 job or a business or whatever, but it's a lifestyle, and it's serious. And it's not to scare you all, but it's to get you all to really see that marriage is for real, and God honors marriage.
Let me tell y'all one thing that my apostle always told us. He told us that when you say I do, this is what he really told me. He told me, when you say I do, you don't say I do to the person, you say I do to God. So when you make that vow, it's not you just making that vow to that woman or that man. You're making that vow unto God and unto people who's witnessing that marriage. So now you have witnesses, and that means the people who are attending the marriage, that you said that you would, for better or worse, for sickness or health, till death do us part. That's a vow that you must complete. And people don't realize that. Like, when people go through stuff, that's why when you talk about a lot of marriages fail because of what? Finances. Lack of communication. And finances is one of the biggest ones. I run the finances in the house, not saying that I just take her money and like, oh no, you're gonna do like I when I say I run the finance, I have a book.
Yeah, he's more structured with it. And I was doing that
before she moved in, and I write.
But that's just where the weakness and struggles. If you know you're weaker in that area with finances, let him take over and help you, or her take over. Whichever benefits you both, that's where that 50-50 really truly comes in at.
First.
Yeah.
Make sure the bills get paid.
Yeah.
Everything else will come into play. Make sure the bills get paid. Ladies, sometimes you got to back up on them nails and that hair.
Yeah. Fellas, you have to make those sacrifices.
If you can't go get your little J's or go get what you desire, it's okay. Like,
or you don't need to get married.
Or you don't need to get married.
If you're not ready for that.
Selfish, if you're still selfish, let me just tell you this. If you are still selfish, you don't need to get married.
But it's not to say that God can't change you. He can change you, but just know you got to be in a place where you're willing and wanting to change. Because if not, baby, you're gonna have your wife or your spouse struggling with you, and that's not fair. That's not right. That's not right at all.
Absolutely. But
what else? What other advice?
We're gonna go ahead and close this thing out.
All right.
And if we have any more advice, we'll make a part 2 video.
Yeah, and if y'all want us to talk about any other topics, things involving marriage, parenting, relationship with God, just anything that y'all have ideas for us, just please comment them below. And we thank y'all for tuning into this video. We love y'all.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you be notified when the next video drop.
All right, y'all.
Until then,
we out.